Hello everyone, let's discuss a question on art and culture. This question is formulated by getting inspiration from both UPPCS Civil Services Examination and UPSC Civil Services Examination. The question is discuss and analyze the different forms and features in which the art and culture and tradition of IVC influences present societal and cultural practices of Indian society. So there are three main keywords in this question. One we have to discuss about the forms and features. Second is art and culture and tradition of IVC, and the third and most important keyword of this question is present. The linkage with present societal and cultural practices of Indian society. So there are two directives in this question. One is discuss and the other is analyze. For the discuss part, we have to give detail on various forms and features of Indus Valley Civilization, art and culture and tradition. For the analyze part, we have to link these traditions and cultures with present society and cultural practices with certain evidences which are examples of present society that links with those art and culture and traditions of Indus Valley Civilization. So how to answer this question? First, in introduction part, we should discuss about the Indus Valley Civilization. We can write about the time period of Indus Valley Civilization. Later on, we have to give a link with the link of introduction with the question. We can say that the Indus Valley Civilization is not mere archaeological epoch. ये केवल एक हमारा हिस्ट्री नहीं है. This is a civilizational continuum, which means that Indus Valley Civilization has those art and cultures of those and traditions of Indus Valley Civilization has influences and evidence that they are still being continued in the present day society. So that is our introduction, a short and simple introduction with certain heavy keywords that kind of catch the attention of the evaluator. For the body part, we can divide these questions into two or three headings. The first heading we can make the forms and feature of Indus Valley Civilization, art and culture that influences the present society. As the question says, the present societal linkage we have to show. So first we are showing the present societal linkage. For this, we can write several points like grid urbanism and civic planning. As we have seen in the Indus Valley Civilization, there was this standardized bricks concept, this zonal separation, lower citadel and upper citadel concept was there. So, and to link this with current day society, we can talk about the India's smart city mission. In the smart city mission, what we are doing is we are making our drainage better, we are making the security better, we are making the urban spaces more livable. So, and second second point, we can talk about the social stratification in the society. Social stratification, as we can see, there was a concept that caste was formulated out of occupational identity. There were occupations which later became the caste. So these occupational identity we are still continue to be seen in the present society. For example, the mochi caste, the dhobi caste, the kumhar caste, we still see in our society. Third, the sanitation as a civic value. As we have already seen in Indus Valley Civilization, we have read that there were proper drainage system, there were rectangular grid system where there was a cis pit which was used to clean the sludge of the drainage. There were toilets in every home. There were wastewater channels. So this we can link with the present day society, Indian society Swachh Bharat mission. We can say that we are working on the ODF free status, ODF plus plus status in under our Swachh Bharat mission, that can be linked with the civic value of sanitation of the Indus Valley Civilization. Fourth point is the feminine social agency. As we have seen the terracotta figurines of Mother Goddess, this can be linked with Gram Devi, Kul Devi concept that is still seen in our villages. Before doing any auspicious work, we do worship our Gram Devi, Kul Devi. Or we have seen in UP, we see the Kua Pujan concept. These can be linked with the feminine social agencies. Second heading can be made with the linkages with cultural practices of art and culture. and tradition of Indus Valley Civilization. So how can we link with cultural practices present of Indus Valley Civilization with present day society? So here we can see the concept of religious iconography. We have seen the Pashupati seal. Pashupati seal can be linked with the modern day concept of Lord Shiva. The Pashupati seal was termed as Proto Shiva. Second, we can link the current cultural practices of art and craft with the Indus Valley Civilization. For example, there was the figure, dancing girl, bronze figure of dancing girl. The dancing girl was seen in Tribhang posture. The Tribhang posture, we clearly see the Tribhang posture in our Odissi, which is one of the classical dance of India. Second, the art, the craft, pottery, one of the most important craft of Indus Valley Civilization, is still continued in our society, as we can see in in our state Uttar Pradesh. We have various district which has GI tag related to pottery. For example, Azamgarh has the concept of Nizamabad black pottery. Gorakhpur has terracotta figurines and pottery that traces their root to Indus Valley Civilization. Khurja pottery of Bulandshahr has got GI tag. Second point, customs and traditions. Customs and traditions we can link with the Great Bath tradition. This Great Bath tradition was the first institutionalized ritual bathing space. Institutionalized ritual bathing space that we have seen in Indus Valley Civilization, and we can totally link it with the concept of the Tirth Snan. For example, the Prayagraj Magh Mela, Kumbh Mela, the Varanasi Snan, the Rameshwaram Snan. We can link all these great ritual baths with present day society. Second, the fire altars. We have seen that there were fire altars found in Kalibangan and Lothal region, which are used for yagn, and the yagya is one of the one of the most important ritual practice of Indus Valley Civilization that is still continuing till date. On every small occasion in our home, on every auspicious occasion, the yagn is one of the most important aspect of every ritual aspect in our present day society. Thirdly, we can see the nature worship. Nature worship concept, we have seen that Pashupati seal has the people tree in it, inscribed in it, and these nature worship can be linked with the sacred groves concept of our present day society. The tribals, for example, tribes in Rajasthan, the Bishnoi tribe, etc., uh, worship the trees. For we have heard of Bishnoi tribe that protect and shape the khejri trees in Rajasthan. Secondly, the Tulsi people and Baryan tree worship. It's very common and day-to-day practice in our Indian household. And we can also say that the banyan tree is the national tree of India. So all this is linked with nature worship. Last point, ornamental traditions, beads and jewelry that we have seen in Indus Valley Civilization. For example, few sites like Chan Hudaro, these were called the factory of these beads making and jewelry making. This is still continued for in any marriage, शादी हो, ब्याह हो, कुछ भी हो, उसमें हमको दिखता है कि बीट्स एंड ज्वेलरीज का बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस है. गोल्ड ज्वेलरी का बहुत डे टू डे लाइफ में बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस है, स्पेशली इन इंडिया. लास्टली, to make this answer more value rich, we can write a new heading that is linked to the answer. We can make a heading like what learnings we can take from this society, the Indus Valley Civilization, art and culture and tradition. What learnings we can take to make our present society and culture better. So what are those learnings? Learnings like inclusive civic planning. What we get, there is a term by World Bank for Indian urbanization, that is unplanned and haphazard. So Indus Valley Civilization teaches us that we can make our urban spaces more inclusive, more green, and more livable. Second learning, the sanitation as civilizational value. For example, as we can see that there is more large scale hue and cry over social media about the civic sense in India is very less. So we can link this sanitation as a civilizational value, that every individual has a responsibility For example, in Indian Indus Valley Civilization, every individual household and every individual person has an individual responsibility to make their surrounding clean, to properly follow the hygiene practices, properly follow the sanitation practices. So this learning can be taken from from the Indus Valley Civilization. Third, the craft economy as sustainable development model. The Indus Valley Civilization has shown us the various crafts like pottery, like beads making, jewelry making, etc. So this can be linked with our Make in India concept, and this also can be linked our economy, where we see where every economic survey says that our manufacturing sector is currently stagnant at 17 to 25% of GDP. So such labor intrinsic work can be promoted, can be adapted by getting inspiration from Indus Valley Civilization. Lastly, the gender equity. As we see the concept of patriarchal notion, patriarchal norms still prevalent in our society. So the idea of mother goddess being worshipped in Indus Valley Civilization, the idea of women has autonomy to choose their dressing, to choose their identity, to choose their clothing, to choose their jewelry. This shows that the Indus Valley Civilization has more respect and gratitude toward women. So this can be learned from the Indus Valley Civilization, that can be adapted in present day Indian society, as we are moving towards women reservation bill, as there is continued debate on whether the holiday on periods to women should be allowed or not. So these can be linked with the Indus Valley Civilization. Lastly, how to conclude this answer? To conclude this answer, positively link the Indus Valley Civilization with present day society. For example, we can say that Indus Valley Civilization has scope that India can modernize. India has a scope of modernization, but it can modernize through इट्स इंडिजीनियस हिस्टोरिकल लर्निंग. हमें अपनी हिस्टोरिकल लर्निंग्स को छोड़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, उन्हें वेव ऑफ करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. हम अपनी हिस्टोरिकल लर्निंग से बहुत कुछ सीख सकते हैं विदाउट हमें वेस्टर्नाइजेशन को अपनाने की इतनी होल्ड नहीं होनी चाहिए कि हम अपनी हिस्टोरिकल लर्निंग से ना कुछ सीखें, जबकि हमारी हिस्टोरिकल लर्निंग्स हमें इतना कुछ दे रही हैं. हम इस चीज़ से लिंक कर सकते हैं कि मॉडर्नाइजेशन विथ हिस्टोरिकल लर्निंग विल मेक इंडिया प्रॉस्परस एंड समृद्ध, prosperous and viksit. Here we can also link with the current concept of National Maritime Heritage Complex that is being built in Lothal, Gujarat, that will serve as a research agency as well as museum that will learn about the history, economy and culture of Indus Valley Civilization, and that will provide more knowledge, more evidences, more empirical research and knowledge about the Indus Valley Civilization that will help India to modernize, and that will help the younger generation to learn about India's rich history. So that's about this answer. Lastly, there is few things that I want to say. One, with the concept of AI, आपको बस एक अच्छा प्रॉम्प्ट चाहिए जिससे आप बहुत बढ़िया मॉडल आंसर्स ढूंढ सकते हैं. सो कंटेंट इस टाइम पर कोई इशू नहीं है. इशू है आंसर राइटिंग में. जो मेन इशू आते हैं, एक तो डिमांड समझना, दूसरा आता है प्रेजेंटेशन, तीसरा आता है प्रायोरिटाइजेशन. So, with this initiative, I, Akshay sir and Sakti sir, we are trying to make you understand these three aspects of the answer writing. अदरवाइज कंटेंट आपके पास है, कंटेंट आपको कहीं भी मिल जाएगा, कंटेंट आप कहीं से भी रट सकते हैं. सो हम ट्राई कर रहे हैं कि आपको ये तीन चीज़ें सिखाई जाएँ आंसर राइटिंग के थ्रू. उसके बाद आपके लिए कोई भी आंसर लिखना और कोई भी कंटेंट को समझना और कितना कंटेंट आपको किसी आंसर के लिए चाहिए, या कभी कोई ऐसा क्वेश्चन आए जो बाउंसर होता है, हर हर पेपर में, हर मेंस में ऐसे बाउंसर्स क्वेश्चन आते हैं, आप उन बाउंसर्स क्वेश्चन को कैसे हैंडल कर पाओ। जब आप ये तीन चीज़ें समझ जाओगे तो आप वो बाउंसर्स बड़े इजीली हैंडल कर पाओगे। सो हमारा मोटिव इस प्रोग्राम से यही है कि हम आपको अपने एक्सपीरियंस से ये तीन चीज़ें सिखाना चाहते हैं। ऑन दिस नोट, थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक यू फॉर लिसनिंग।